If you're a new and learning film nerd or cinephile, there's a good chance you were introduced and fell in love with the films of Quentin Tarantino, Robert Eggers, and Bong Joon-ho. And for good reason, they all make really good movies that are popular with mainstream culture. But while you're scrolling through your Netflix, Hulu, and Disney streaming services, there's a good chance that you will be kept within your cultural bubble. Yes, exploring new films popular in your time and country, but never really breaking the barrier and being exposed to different stories, cultures, and way of making art. Sure, you could scroll through the foreign films available, but chances are those will be very limited and more likely than not picked out because they're similar enough for audiences to enjoy them without having to go too far out of their comfort zones. Now, I still remember the days before streaming services were popular. I remember walking through the local Blockbuster, Family Video, or library looking for movies that looked interesting and picking them out either for family movie night or to watch them in secret on my tiny portable DVD player because my parents didn't let me watch the rated R stuff they did. Now, what I don't remember is the time before home video. Because you weren't completely in control of what you could watch, your options were pretty limited. You either watched some old movies on cable, most of them at least semi-popular when they came out, or if you were into more obscure or foreign movies back then, you made your way down to your local art house theater. Nowadays, however, things are a lot more accessible, and a lot of it is thanks to companies like Criterion. For those unaware, the Criterion Collection is a home media label dedicated to restoring and distributing a special type of film. Their mission statement is as follows. Since 1984, the Criterion Collection has been dedicated to publishing important classic and contemporary films from around the world in editions that offer the highest technical quality and award-winning original supplements. No matter the medium, from Laserdisc to DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Ultra HD to streaming, Criterion has maintained its pioneering commitment to presenting each film as its maker would want it seen, in these state-of-art restorations with special features designed to encourage repeated watching and deepen the viewer's appreciation of the art of film. In film, like with any art, there can be a lot of pretentiousness and snobbery when it comes to discussing it. But honestly, I think Criterion does a lot to introduce a wider audience to this art form. It can be very difficult to get into some films, but with these supplements, essays, and interviews, it can make the process of understanding difficult films like Tarkovsky's or Lynch's a little more digestible. Besides making the process of watching films less daunting, it actually serves as a really good way to expose yourself to different films from around the world and other time periods. Their catalog boasts an impressive 1,556 different films, ranging from 11 decades and 54 countries. Playing around with the filters, I've discovered countless films that are now some of my all-time favorites, and I think even if you're not buying Criterions or live outside of their unfortunately very limited shipping range, it is a good resource for discovering new things to watch. Their website also includes a free online magazine that includes interviews and essays on filmmakers and their work, as well as top 10 lists from those respected in the field. It also includes some of my personal favorite videos on all of YouTube. Videos of filmmakers going into the Criterion closet and picking out and discussing some of their favorite or influential films. Some of their most interesting ones have been with Barry Jenkins, Gaspar Noé, as well as the late Michael K. Williams, Anna Karina, and Agnes Varda. If you want film recommendations, definitely check these videos out. Now, besides being a distributor, Criterion actually does restorations on films as well. A lot of the movies, especially ones that are nearly 100 years old, have quality that isn't really the best, but Criterion's parent company, Janus Films, does some amazing work restoring films. Now, I can't speak too much on the actual process of restoring films, but just take a look at these two frames. This is a shot from the 1976 Iranian film Chess of the Wind. Presumably, the film was lost 50 years ago. However, in 2014, it was rediscovered by the director's own children and after 6 years has finally been restored. This is how it looks like now. Not completely sure how they managed to do it, but it looks amazing. I have a lot to thank Criterion and other boutique labels like Mubi, Shout Factory, and Revoir for. I don't think my love for cinema would be as wide or as deep as it is would it not have been for them. Had I been born 30-40 years ago, watching some of these films would have been a hassle, but now you can stream or purchase the films of Bergman, Varda, Malick as easily as it would be to watch any other blockbuster. My first Criterion ever was Michael Haneke's Funny Games, and since then I've kind of been obsessed. They are expensive though, so if you're planning on building up a little collection, I recommend doing what I did. Wait for the 50% off sales, or go to pawn shops or eBay. You can actually find them surprisingly cheap there. I hope you enjoyed this little essay, and I hope you at least check out the Criterion website. It's filled with some really cool stuff. I apologize for the shorter videos this month, and I know it's been a bit since I've covered a full-length film on this channel, but I promise I have some pretty cool stuff coming soon. I'll leave you all with that. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.